Hello, everyone. Well, it's been a very challenging week. Um, uh, right on, right on a Jewish holiday, right on a Jewish holiday, Hamas attacked Israel, and I think it was Rosh Hashanah, and they attacked Israel and bombed Israel and took a bunch of hostages and killed a bunch of people. They slit babies' throats and they were disgusting. They did terrible things. Hamas did, and now Israel's invading the Gaza Strip. And I just want to say that this was the worst possible time for America to get involved in another war abroad because we don't have a Speaker of the House. We don't have a Speaker of the House. What are we supposed to do without a Speaker of the House? Without a Speaker of the House, the budget won't get passed in November and the government will shut down again. Again, we're under the knife of a government shutdown as of November 17th. November 17th is the date that they have to pass a budget bill or face a government shutdown. So none of the Democrats are willing to vote for Scalise. None of them. None of them want to vote for Scalise. They're all adamant and hard-hearted, and that the former Speaker McCarthy got voted right out of office by Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz put it up to a vote. One person was able to put it up to a vote for the whole Congress, and the Democrats voted against. The Democrats voted against McCarthy. So because the Democrats voted against McCarthy, now we're in this pickle now where we can't pass a budget and we can't give aid to Israel. We can't give aid to Israel. We can't do anything. We can't do anything without some sort of budget. Without a budget, we can't do anything. And without a speaker, we can't do anything. And they're trying to pass a law through Congress right now. It's got 400 supporters in the House to give aid to Israel. And we can't pass it. Can't pass a bill that everyone supports without a Speaker of the House. There's got to be a Speaker of the House. Now, there's an interim Speaker of the House, a temporary Speaker of the House. That's not good enough. We need a real Speaker of the House in there to pass any bills that we plan on passing. The budget is not going to pass without a Speaker of the House. We have to have a Speaker of the House. They're voting on it right now. And the Democrats, not only did the Democrats vote against McCarthy, which was stupid, but they won't even vote for Scalise, even dumber. The Democrats refuse to vote for Scalise. And so it's a toss-up between their man for the Democrats, Scalise, and I think his name's John Jordan, the other one. And they refuse to vote for Scalise. They won't vote for Scalise, and they won't vote for John Jordan. They want their own guy in there. And the Democrats are refusing to vote for Scalise. This is a terrible crisis for America and a terrible crisis for our allies in Israel. Yes, it's true. America has an ally in the Middle East, and its name is Israel. Israel has counted on us through countless conflicts and countless wars with their neighbors. They've counted on us to pull them through so that they could stay in the Middle East. And now we're out of action. and we can't do anything without a Speaker of the House, where our whole government is frozen up. And it shouldn't have been that way. The founding fathers shouldn't have set it up this way so that our whole government grinds to a halt without a Speaker of the House. But apparently that's the way the Constitution was written, that there has to be a Speaker of the House. So what can we do? We can try to persuade the Democrats to vote for Scalise, but I don't know. I don't know if they're going to vote for Scalise or not, because Democrats are proud. They're proud. They hold their heads up high, and they're too proud to vote for a. They're too proud to beg. They're too proud to vote for a Republican. And the Republicans are too proud to vote for a Democrat. They're too proud of themselves. They're proud of their party, and their pride is their downfall. That is their downfall. And do you know, Biden wouldn't even negotiate with McCarthy during this last threat of a government shutdown, that Biden refused to negotiate with McCarthy. He refused to see McCarthy. He said, go back to our plan as of May 1st or May 15th or whatever date it was. He said, go back to that plan. I don't need to see you. We already spoke. And what is Biden going to do about these American hostages, huh? There are American hostages in the Gaza Strip. There's American hostages, and they're holding them. Is he going to give $1 billion for each person to Hamas? Is he going to give $1 billion per person? And think about the families of these people. They're going to say, you gave $1 billion per person to free U.S. citizens in Iran. When are you going to give $1 billion per person for our relatives? And once Hamas sees that we're willing to give $1 billion per person, see, these Hamas guys are really smart. They're clever. They put 2 and 2 together and figured out, if we kidnap Americans, we can get $1 billion for each of them. So let's kidnap some Americans. They figured it out. They were very clever. Then Biden was the dumb one that gave $1 billion per person to Iran for the Americans that were being held in Iranian prisons. There were 6 people being held in Iranian prisons, and he gave them $6 billion, $1 billion for each of the prisoners. And that Hamas got smart. They said, we can kidnap 30 Americans and get $30 billion. Get $1 billion for each of them. So they did. They kidnapped Americans. And now there's more Americans being held hostage than were in Iran. Okay? In Iran there was only 6. Now there's 30. See, do you see how doing the multiplication and the division, how that works out? You see how that works out, right? That it's 5 times as many people now are being held hostage as were being held before by Iran. And Iran is giving Hamas all of their weapons, all of their firepower. It's all going to Hamas to fight Israel. That's Iran's plan. They don't want to fight Israel directly, because then they get drawn into the war. They want to give all their aid to Hamas and have Hamas take out Israel. Now, Hamas isn't going to take out Israel, but that was Hamas's plan. And Hamas saw that we didn't have a Speaker of the House. They saw our weakness, and our enemies saw our weakness, and they took advantage of our weakness, our weak points, to attack. They took care of our weakest point to attack us, to attack our allies. and they're going to draw us into the war. And I'm really afraid that if we get drawn into a war with Hamas, that it could be the start of World War III. Because what if all of our enemies, such as Russia, China, and Iran and North Korea, all decided to gang up against us at once and take us out, take out us and take out our allies all at once? It could happen. It could happen. So I'm afraid that we're going to get drawn into a World War III by engaging Hamas. And we're already engaging Russia, which is the dumbest thing we could have done. And what can we do? What can we do? I don't know what we can do. I'm really worried. I'm worried sick that we're going to get into World War III. But we have to have a speaker, right? We have to have a speaker. And we have to have a budget, a balanced budget. And once we have a speaker and a budget, then we can think about getting into a war in Israel or on Israel's side. A war that has been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. Hamas has been planning this forever. And they will get away with whatever they can get away with. Whatever they think they can get away with, they'll get away with it. So Israel, it's up to Israel now to free the hostages if they can. It's up to Israel now because we're out of action right now, and it's up to Israel to free the hostages and to find the hostages if they can and free them. And they're going door to door in Gaza. They're going door to door to door looking for the hostages. And it's a real mess. There's 900 people dead on both sides so far. And could go up even more. The death toll could go up even more. So we're just waiting to see. We're waiting to see what happens. I don't understand what possessed Hamas to attack on a Jewish holiday. Why do they have to attack Israel on their holiday? They don't get attacked on holidays. They don't get attacked on Ramadan. Although the Israelis did enter a mosque on Ramadan and try to arrest some people, and the people were firing fireworks at them. I recall that very clearly. But what they did was disgusting. It was just disgusting. Hamas was slitting the throats of babies and cutting their heads off. They were sick. They were totally sick. And so I wish Israel the best. I don't wish them ill. And I'm hoping that we don't get drawn into a World War III by this. But we don't know yet. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know. I'm Sarah Jane Alphawolf signing off. Please write to your representative and tell them to vote for Scalise so that we can have a new Speaker of the House and get a budget passed and be done with this. I'll see you next time.